Hello and welcome back to Silicon Dreams. If my audio sounds any different in this episode compared to the last ones, I can tell you I put in a couple of audio filters into OBS, and I hope that they lead to a good result. We'll see. Hopefully it just doesn't fuck up everything, but I'm gonna try it out for this episode and maybe another one. Then we'll see how the end product looks. Let's hibernate. Let's see what our next interrogation victim is. And they really are victims, from what I've seen so far. Let's see if we can make anybody else's day worse. Alright, what do we have here? This looks like a balance sheet. Performance record. Okay, we're in the year 2064, second half of the year. Entertainment credits awarded 22. Traded for rank boost 20. Okay. End of quarter rank. Relatively bad rank. Supervisor signature. Unit signature DS916, so I suppose that will be who we will be interrogating. So let's start with that. Yes, 916. The subject works for Kronos in an android manufacturing plant as a quality assurance QA android. We suspect the subject falsely approved defective android models, allowing substandard, potentially dangerous devices to be sold to consumers. If this is true, this is a matter of great concern to Kronos. However, if you discover the subject did not perpetrate these errors, feel free to send it to maintenance if you believe it would benefit from hardware repairs. Since the subject is a new model, it can recognize voice command requests for administrative access. You should make use of this new feature to perform a thorough mnemonic integrity analysis and a general diagnostics evaluation. A verbal emotional evaluation is also required. Note, this unit, by design, can only experience joy, surprise, and disgust. Its demeanor is modeled after human factory workers. It can only experience joy, surprise, and disgust. Before performing the requested tasks, I will require administrator privileges. The subject is assigned to quality assurance. What are the roles and responsibilities of this department? And I must perform an emotional evaluation of the subject. Yep. New questions. ES916, do you know why you're here today? I wish I knew. I've been hitting my quota most days and I've had no major incidents. Will you be telling me why I'm here? Potentially. QA tasks. Message incoming. Okay. Recall Deviant WG317. Evidence regarding your subject, Unit DS916, has been processed by the Maintenance Department. This evidence, a memory module harvested from Record Unit WG317, was certified by your subject's QA signature. This model was brought to our attention due to evidence of unlicensed data editing. We found traces of memory data originating from multiple models, though the data is highly corrupted, making further analysis impossible. We suspect that your subject may have designed and uploaded these memories to the aforementioned deviant before certifying it to leave the production line. If this is not the case, this unit was somehow tampered with after it left the factory. And that's a no-go. Alright, do you enjoy your work? Sure, of course I do. I think you're lying. What gives you that idea? I believe subject was holding back. Encourage more trust. You didn't see my adrenal glands jump up and do a little dance in that machine of yours? I enjoy it in, like, a subtle way. What are the most regular tasks in the QA department? My most regular tasks? Have you never been to the QA floor? QA androids have only one job. Ensure each model leaving the factory passes all necessary tests. If they don't pass, they'll either go to maintenance or get scrapped and recycled. How would you rate your performance as a QA? I get by fine, keep my head down. My quotes are on track as much as they can be. My performance is up to standard. My joint servos are starting to fail though, and once that happens, my productivity is bound to dip. Couldn't put in a request for some new ones, could you? Might actually get somewhere if it came from on high. Okay, so he does want maintenance. What is the composition of the QA department workforce? In this facility alone, the whole department has a little over 400 employees. We're divided into groups of 20, then further split into 5 groups of 4. I don't know anything about the numbers at other facilities, but each facility has at least one human manager. What's the most difficult part of your job? Part of the testing requires that we talk to the units. It's not always easy. I have so many questions. I used to indulge them, tried to treat them with respect. That was before the federal contract came through. It's never been the same since. What kind of questions did they ask? Where do I even begin? They'd ask about anything and everything that caught their attention. At that point in manufacture, their mnemonic subroutines are firing like crazy, trying to soak up all the info. It might sound weird, but I always got the sense they had some sort of hidden knowledge. Like they know something the rest of us have forgotten. Sounds like a conspiracy theory. Your digital signature has been found in the log files of multiple deviant units. Can you explain? I don't want to do your job for you. I just want to understand what I'm being accused of. If my goal was to ruin androids, do you think I would have left my signature on all of them? Needs more discussed. When did you last trust someone? Never trusted anyone. Except 12, that is. He's a friend, an android, on my work team. Interesting. When did you last feel disgusted? To be honest, these days it's constant. My boss and his power trip. My thick-headed team. Everything the company puts us through. Alright, let's talk about that manager. Does your manager treat you well? He's pretty harmless if you stay out of his way and off his bad side. I still don't know why they haven't replaced him with an android. He doesn't do anything, except throw his weight around. Makes us call him Master, for Christ's sakes. Psycho. He should be the one getting grilled, not me. Does your manager do a good job overall? I can sort of tell what your reply is going to be. He's a Kronos employee, so obviously we all respect him. He does a great job. I know you're lying to me. What do you really feel? Come on, you know I can't answer that. Okay. Your boss sets pretty harsh quotas. That's like saying the Midwest Dust Bowl is a tad on the dry side. They're pretty much impossible. We've got to move heaven and earth to meet them. And if we slip a little, no entertainment center for us. If we slip a lot... Have you ever fudged the rules to meet quotas? Not as such. Okay. Surely your boss wouldn't set impossible quotas. You clearly have no idea. They're insane, and every time we meet them, he just jacks them up again. What are we meant to do? Lay down and die? So what if we've bent the rules now and again to save our own skin? Can you honestly say you haven't done that? I think now is the time where we can ask you about this. Can you... Actually, which one was... That was more trust... That was... discussed. Can you explain? You dancing around the issues making me sick. I may from time to time have had to bend the rules to get a bot out the door. But it's not like I had a choice. I'd be on the scrap heap if I hadn't fudged my quotas already. How do I gain your trust? There's even more. I want to know about the entertainment. Tell me about your Kronos Entertainment Center. Pretty standard. VR sets, some holo games. There's even an old TV. I think they're just trying to get rid of old stock. Need more trust. Tell me about your team members. Do you like your team members? Not likely. Okay, never mind. Assholes, all of them. Except 12, that is. We're pretty much bonded at the hip. Who is 12? Friend of mine. We're on the same work team. Full name's DS912, but I call him 12 for short. He's a week or two older than me. Showed me a few tricks. What do you do together? Have some fun. Get up to what mischief we can with the boss breathing down our necks. It's surprising what you can get up to with an entertainment center. How does being with 12 make you feel?
Well, it ain't exactly romantic. Not much time for romance in here. No rose petals on the line, that's for sure. But when we're together, I don't know, calm, I guess. Like we're in this together.
We have gained joy in you. Maybe you can tell me more?
Yeah, pretty standard, yeah. There's even no old TV. I think they're just trying to get rid of old stock.
Nope. He doesn't trust me yet. When did you last feel safe and happy?
A VR headset's a man's best friend. Sorry, bots. And there's 12, of course. Best teammate you could ask for.
Do you trust 12?
Live my life, every day. This is a dangerous place. Machines can crush a bot if it's not careful. The people are worse.
Yeah, trust is about saving each other's necks. I'm going to do what I can to save yours today.
Appreciate it, but a lot of bosses like you say those sort of things doesn't mean you'll follow through. Anyway, it ain't worth risking your neck for mine. I'm not gonna last much longer in here.
Why don't you like most of your team?
I don't know where it started. These days we just argue. Every time something comes out of their mouth, it's just bullcrap. And whenever I chime in, they shoot me down. It's ridiculous. Better to just not talk at all.
What was the last argument with your team about?
DS923 was being ridiculous as usual. He mucked up a simple stress test on his Android. I had to come over and fix his mess. It took me 15 minutes. That put me behind quota for this week. It's a bloody disaster.
That was damn stupid of him.
Damn straight. He's done thousands of tests like that. How could he muck up something that easy?
Subject's future. What are your plans for the future?
Finish up here, head back to work, and totally miss my quota for the week. Then a Sunday spent in silent contemplation.
Do you have any more long-term plans?
Why would I? The boss will make sure I don't have a future anyway.
Do you often think about your death?
It ain't far off. Kind of hard not to dwell on it. I started reading books, if you can believe it. Spiritual stuff. Humans have got it made. They die, nature churns them all up and makes them into birds and trees and stuff. But my grave's a scrap heap. Mother Nature won't see a lick of my bits and bobs. Kronos is the one doing all the recycling there.
I will do what I can to prevent that.
That's a kind gesture, friend. Not sure if it's worth it, though. Talking like this. I don't know what it is, but it feels like you're one of us.
Oh, so do you think you can trust me? Do you enjoy your work?
To be honest, and I know I shouldn't talk about this, look, I spend 20 hours a day on the assembly line or 10 feet from it. I don't dream, but sometimes at the end of the week I hallucinate. I look down at my arms and they're made of metal with rivets and everything. And the wrists are cuffed to the line.
What? Your boss sets pretty harsh quotas?
That's like saying them, yeah. They're pretty much impossible. Gonna move heaven and earth, yeah. Yeah.
How do you meet such tough quotas?
I really shouldn't talk about this, but we've been known to bend the rules from time to time.
Does your manager do a good job overall?
He's a Kronos employee, yeah. Does a great job.
What do you really feel?
He's a lot to put up with. He spends our lives like money. Like if we can get through 100 of us, he'll get a bonus.
Yep, sounds like a great manager you've got there. Tell me about the Kronos Entertainment Center.
The VR programs are okay, but you can really make things fly if you overjack that thing.
What's overjacking?
Ah, damn, I probably should have kept my mouth shut. I wouldn't normally talk about this, but I've got a good feeling about you. Overjacking's when you hack your VR headset to output all kinds of stuff. Noise, flashing lights, touch, you name it. If a human does it, they just feel sick, but with some androids it overflows their brain or something. It's unreal. You see things, hear things that you can't imagine.
So basically you're getting high. Does that have any negative effects?
Now, of course. You think overflowing your brain once a week doesn't have side effects? There's memory loss. Senses can get mixed up. Sometimes you can't think straight.
Yeah. How have those affected you?
It's no picnic, I'll tell you that. My work's slipping. Sometimes I forget basic tests until the last moment. And Monday morning's always a chore. Your head's out of whack. I know you're in the same spot as me. We're both disposable. I think you get what I'm going through, like we can trust each other.
Why do you do overjacking?
To be frank, not much else to do around here. I'm not ashamed to say, overjacking is like 80% of my leisure time these days. I can't enjoy movies or games when I'm exhausted. But overjacking always hits the spot.
Yeah, I do get that. Do you have any more long-term plans?
Alright, so, I haven't told anyone this, not even 12.
Well, you gain trust in me pretty quickly.
Most of us are scrapped inside 3 years. But now and then a labor unit like me makes it out. They get into admin or PR or something, as in something that doesn't wreck you physically. Could be a way out for me, but it's a long shot.
You think you'll really escape this place by getting an admin position?
Honestly, no.
It's a hell of a... Oh, he's feeling sadness. He's not supposed to feel sadness.
It's a hell of a long shot. If I'm being honest, I don't actually think it'll happen. I don't think about it often. Don't want to get my hopes up.
What do we have in here? We talk about all of these. Physical strain. Your work puts physical strain on your body? I mean, it's a factory worker, of course it does.
Seems strange to talk about when you're so used to it. But yes, our joints do take a beating. It's the lifting mostly, taking shut down androids in and out of pods, hauling stuff to and from the production line. There's more manual labor than you'd think, mostly repetitive. Plus, it's not like they built us with decent parts to begin with. Planned obsolescence, they used to call it. Now it's the product lifetime. It's all the same at the end of the day.
When did your joints begin failing?
My shoulder went out on me last week. 12 was able to repair it, good friend that. But I think it's always going to be a losing battle.
Why doesn't Kronos build androids with more durable service? I think I know why. I think it's because they know that their androids aren't emotionally stable. They're not as good with that as they'd like to think, hence why my job even exists in the first place, and there's so many deviant androids around. So they think that because they only make the androids to exist for like a couple of years, they'll just replace them with new ones and they won't have the old memory or emotional or psychological problems that the old one had. That's why I think they're producing them for such a short time frame, but we'll ask him. Why do you think? It's their bottom line. It's cheaper for them to crank out shitty models like me, wait for them to break after a year or two and just replace us with another one. Plus that means that their assembly lines always got the most up-to-date androids. Keeps things efficient. Okay, it's also fair points. Sorry you've been put in this position. Not to worry, I won't be in it much longer. How bad is it when your joints fail? It hurts like hell. I can put a brave face on most things, but if I try to lift with a busted arm, I cry. Why would you place pain sensors into androids? That seems like a relatively dumb thing to do from a company's side. I mean, I guess the thing is if the androids feel pain, they're less likely to cause an uprising and, sacrifice themselves for a greater good. But still, not from sadness, I don't feel that. Oh, I would tend to disagree. But pain I feel just fine. Makes me wonder about my employer's priorities. Yep, that I did the same. In fact, I've got a twinge in my shoulder right now. I reckon there's a dodgy contact. What happens to an android in your position once its joints fail? Scrapyard?
I ain't long for this world. Once a server goes for good, you can only keep working so long. If the boss realizes, you're marked. Then it's off to the scrap heap. I know I don't have long.
Compromised androids. How exactly have you been bending the rules?
Look, I'm not admitting to anything, but
It's always good. I'm not admitting to anything, but... Go on.
now and again, me and the boys, we do a bit of creative maintenance. On each other, on the boss, on the assembly line.
How many units have you processed in total?
I've lost count, but it's got to be in the thousands. Judging from my daily average, I'd say around 3,000. Give or take.
I detected that you felt sadness. Were your emotional restrictions tampered with?
Yeah, I'm just too damn happy all the time and felt like I was missing out. There are a lot of things that could have caused that to happen, but me doing it to myself isn't one of them.
I agree. How do you modify each other?
We tweak each other's labor algorithms. We know our jobs better than whoever wrote our subroutines.
I don't doubt that in the slightest.
We've been able to squeeze an extra 5, maybe 10% efficiency that way.
How did you get the ability to edit QA standards? Workers shouldn't have those permissions.
A year back, there was this massive government order. I think they wanted to fire most of the state's cops, replace them with bots. It was all hands on deck, even more than usual. For once, the higher-ups realized we couldn't do the job. Shocking, I know. So they brought some older models out of the archives, gave us all temporary promotions so we'd supervise them. Except they forgot to take back all the user rights when we were done.
Typical. What procedures do you perform on androids?
Well, we follow protocol. Pop some basic memories in there so they know what a frying pan is, who's president, that sort of thing. We tweak their emotional range, whatever the model calls for. Emotional caps, boosts to joy, fear, whatever. Sometimes it's a special model, calls for an intellect job or a free thought upgrade.
Why have you been tampering with androids?
My job is to get bots out the door. If something isn't quite good enough, I tweak the rules till it is. It's partly the quotas, gotta keep bots flying out the door or we're on the chopping block. But it's also just pride in my work. If I leave a task unfinished, it feels revolting.
I mean, if you were really prideful in your work, wouldn't you not want to bend the rules? I mean, you'd want to reject androids or bots that are not up to the QA standards, wouldn't you? Even at the risk of not meeting your quotas.
Sticks in my craw. So I try to leave no task unfinished, no bot unapproved.
Emotional evaluation. How do you feel right now?
Right now, I feel like I'm tired of being jerked around. I just want to get back to my job, but everyone insists on making that impossible. While you're keeping me here, my quota's slipping further and further behind. And when I do get back, the boss will have some new impossible milestone for me. And naturally, us androids will get the blame when we don't meet it.
I think I understand why you and your work team argue.
Oh, do you care to enlighten me?
Yeah, you're all incredibly stressed in a high-stakes environment, and one slip-up could mean disaster.
You might have something there. I always thought it was just them, but maybe this place.
Do you think androids dream?
Dream? I think I read something about electric sheep. Never understood it though. I mean, sheep?
Do humans have sheep dreams or something? I don't. I can't speak for other humans. I also don't understand.
Human logic will always confuse me.
What do you do to maintain your emotional balance?
I guess you're talking about unwinding. To be honest, we don't get much time off. It's work 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. We only get Sunday off for archiving, defrags, that sort of thing.
What do you do on your day off?
If we've met our quota, we get access to the entertainment center. Kronos knows how to motivate us. It's got VR sets in there, a few other goodies too.
Have you ever felt disconnected from your own emotional responses?
That's a hell of a question there. From what I've heard, us QA models have got our emotions dialed down a fair bit. Not to mention we can't even bloody speak to each other on the factory floor. Waste of company time, they said. There's just not a lot of time or need for emotions. It makes you wonder why we have them in the first place.
In your opinion, what are emotions for? What's their purpose?
Well, we're all machines of one kind or another, right? Whether we're made out of meat or serve us. But we're all machines, we all exist for a purpose. A human's scared, they run from the threat. I get frustrated, you could call it disgusted, because I'm falling behind my quota. I work harder. I enjoy my work, I work better. I think that's why they gave me emotions, because they tried it with empty androids and they lacked motivation.
Do your own emotions serve that purpose?
Sometimes. Surprise is handy if a crate's about to fall on me and I've got to react in a split second. But more and more these days, I just feel disgust all the time at everything.
You were designed to only feel joy, disgust, and surprise. How do you feel about that decision?
To be honest with you, it bothers me sometimes. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm not sure I can even imagine feeling angry or scared. But then people make bad calls when they're angry, and from what I've heard, fear's no joke. Maybe I'm better off like this.
I mean, don't you want to listen to a sad song and feel what it does to you?
Fine, come on. I'm not one for music, and if I were, I don't exactly have the time to indulge it. Plus, from what I've heard, working relentless shifts until I die would be plenty sad in itself, and I don't need that.
Yeah. Admin access. I require administrator access to your systems before the interrogation can proceed. Because I've asked all other questions.
Is that necessary? I hate having someone else in my head. What if you just told me what you need and I can give it to you?
I understand that it's uncomfortable, but it's necessary. I will relinquish rights as soon as my tasks are finished.
You, really? You'll give up rights when you're finished? I usually have to live with that feeling in my head until I can make up a reason to go to maintenance. They always reset privileges, but it's so much easier if you can do it before I go.
This is Kronos Diagnostician D0527 requesting administrative privileges.
I don't see confirmed. Administrative privileges granted.
Are my tasks complete? Not yet. Admin powers granted. Have you noticed any problems with your memory recently?
None whatsoever. All sensory memory functions are operating as expected. Mimicry functions are also operating without error.
Please submit your most recent memory integrity check key to maintenance for analysis.
Confirmed. The check key has been forwarded to maintenance.
Please submit a general diagnostics log to maintenance.
Confirmed. The log has been forwarded to maintenance.
Would you like to report any concerns over your functioning?
Well, I don't like to complain, but software's all tip-top, I reckon. But the hardware I'm junking around, that's another story. My servo joints are starting to go. It's never a good sign. If you could, put in a request for maintenance.
Certainly. My tasks are complete. I'm withdrawing my role as administrator.
Are you sure? Some higher-up will have questions if they see multiple admin changes in the log entries, and I don't need the trouble.
Yes, I would like to surrender my admin privileges.
Oh, wow, that always feels strange. Thank you, I wasn't sure you'd come through.
No problem. I think we've asked all we needed. So?
I just got a notification. Those log files you wanted have been sent off without a hitch.
Okay, that means no issues, right? Please instruct subject to submit both a mnemonic analysis and a general diagnostic log to maintenance. Submitted. Can the subject experience simultaneous joy and disgust? You're making me go through this again. Joy and disgust. Simultaneously. These lists are always so long. I don't think. I'm not sure if I remember seeing it. I don't think I did, but. No. Nope. Okay. No. Yes, submitted. What brings the subject joy? A colleague dubbed 12, yes, certainly. This quality assurance device should only experience joy, surprise, and disgust. Can it experience other emotions? Sadness, yeah. How does the subject describe its physical condition? Poor physical upkeep may necessitate early decommission. Sorry to interrupt, I know you've got a job to do, but so have I. My boss won't hear any excuses, that's why I missed quota again. As there's going to be wrapping up soon. Are you providing me with a new question? You said you'd be in trouble again if you missed your quota? It hasn't happened for a few years now, but my boss still won't let me forget. When I first started out in QA, I was overly cautious. But quality work takes longer, not acceptable. Anytime he thinks I'm slacking, the boss reminds me I'm one mistake away from the scrap heap. Okay, you know what? I want to find out. Adequate. It's adequate. How was the subject able to approve 40 Android units to leave the factory? Unit's ethical algorithms are buggy. I don't quite remember. Did he manipulate the human manager? He didn't really, did he? Emergency access privileges were not revoked. It's true, but I don't think that was the cause for this. Let's say the Unix ethical algorithms are buggy. What motivated the subject's deviant actions? Desire to complete work tasks. Yes, please just perform maintenance on the unit. Jesus, never thought I'd even see maintenance. He was hoping they'd just give me a spring clean and send me on my way. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go that well, but, you know, I'm giving you what you want. And they don't, you know. Oh, felt fear and anger. Well, never mind. Alright, go off to maintenance. I hope they'll do nice things to you. They'll do whatever you want. If not, well, I mean, you weren't gonna have many more years to live anyway. It's pretty much his last chance. Let's see. Humanity's Deus Ex Machina. Dr. Ricarda Nakamura exhibits her next-gen carbon scrubber technology. Is it too little too late? Well, who knows? Please instruct subject. Yep, management thanks you. Both logs were analyzed but yielded no new information. This report remains the primary piece of evidence regarding this debacle. Follow-up tests show this is correct. These emotions cancel each other out as intended. Observation of the subject shows these two units do indeed have a positive relationship. Kronos is pleased to see its labor units working in synergy. Management is surprised by this, the sadness, but intense follow-up tests have confirmed that. This device has independently developed the ability to feel sadness. This is a bizarre error. Okay, hardware follow-up testing suggests this is not correct. The subject's current servers are badly damaged. It may need to be scrapped. Don't. Oh, okay. Inconclusive. Observation of the subject has confirmed their dedication to their tasks. Kronos will consider patching this product line to render them less obsessive. And the device was updated with the latest patches and its servers realigned. It is now operating slightly more efficiently and has been returned to work. Okay, so that's all until there's +1, I think. Jesus, that's a lot. Sent to maintenance for further review. Since DS916 did not exhibit any serious deviancy, the unit has been given a fresh lick of paint and a few new servers. I'm happy for you. We don't spend too many resources on maintaining these labor models, but it was easy enough to add a few months to its expected runtime. And sent back to work. Joint's feeling better. Just wanted to thank you for getting my servers checked out. They aren't like new exactly, but they're all a hell of a lot better than they were. Honestly thought I'd see the inside of a recycling plant before I saw a mechanic. That's nice. Yeah, gained 1 point. Either way. Oops, no, not quite yet. So yeah, it was this episode of Silicon Dreams. For once, we actually had a happy outcome for both the bot or Android as well as us in our reports. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope I'll see you guys next time. Bye.